Good morning, or at least it's morning here. All right, well, today I am doing a collab with Nona from My So-Called Life. Oh my goodness. She's one of my newest YouTube friends, and I'm so excited that she decided to collab with me. And not only did she decide to collab, but she's doing one of my favorite collabs in the whole world. I really like the Twisted palette bingos, and that's the one where you get the 5 emails and you find out what shade, as you have to use the shade when you find out. So like you open email number 1, it tells you the number, you count the shade on your palette, and then you have that first shade, and then it's time to use it. So you don't know if you're going to get all mattes or shimmers or darks or lights, and it's just it's exhilarating and frightening all at once, and that's my favorite. And you know, not everybody wants to indulge me on that because I'm a little crazy, just that much. So it's so nice when not only do I get to collab with someone else, but they're crazy too. Yes. So she loves collabs. Also, she does all kinds of looks. And I just enjoy watching her content. So if you're not familiar with her, I will have her link in my description box so that you can go and watch her. But she is just beautiful inside and out. And I just feel very fortunate to have another collab partner, you know, because I don't know. I don't get me wrong. I love my old collab partners, but sometimes I wonder if they're like, oh, not again. You know, I might need to find some new people that might not be quite, yeah, might have a different take. Okay, so obviously I'm sounding rough this morning. Yeah, pretty rough. So again, I'm very excited, and I broke my no-buy. Yay! I probably shouldn't feel that way, but I am enjoying everything that I bought, and goodness gracious knows I have bought some stuff. So today I am using the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette, and it is so pretty. And I had the Sunset palette and I depotted it, and the shades, everything was great. Everything was great. I just took it out of the packaging, so I can't really show you. There's a size difference between the Sunrise and the Sunset. The Sunset palette was like, I think, $129. This palette is retailing for $65. Now you are getting half the product, but it's half the price. $65 is still pricey for a palette, but it's Natasha Denona, so if you didn't want to spend $129, you could spend $65. So the palette itself is pretty heavy. It's got a pretty good magnet closure, and these shades they're so pretty. And I like yellow, orange, and pink. And then it has these shades on this side. There's basically, so it looks, when I first glanced at it, I was like, ooh, 9 colorful shades and 6 neutrals. But I'm okay with that. I mean, that's seems to be common for Natasha Denona. And then it has this huge mirror that I'm not going to show you because I will blind you today with it. So, but I'm very excited. And so let's see what the palette gods or goddesses have given us today. So the first email says, whenever I can get it open because, you know, sometimes it doesn't want to open. My eyes are already primed. It says your first number is number 5, and it is totally neutral. So I'm trying to think. This is actually the first shade, and this is the 5th shade. I would turn it the other way, but then the light will blind you. So the name of the shade is Laurel, and it's a very neutral shade. It's a neutral shimmer shade. So I am going to put, now see, for me, that's like one of the hardest shades ever. It's a neutral shimmer shade. Well, you know, I can definitely put it in the inner corner because that's normally where I put light inner shimmer shades at. But it feels so weird to be starting with an inner corner highlight. But let me, that's what we're going to do today because that's the first shade that we got. And I don't know what we're getting next. So we are going to go ahead and dip into this and put it in our inner corner. And it doesn't have a bunch of, it is pretty, but there's not a bunch of color. Ooh, I see more color now. It is pretty, but it's very neutral. And for me, that's interesting because I don't know if I would have picked it as my first shade. Well, no, I would not have picked it as my first shade. Let me go back. Let me go back. That would not have happened. All right, so we have that as an inner corner highlight, and I don't think you can really tell. So maybe after I apply the other shadows, I will go back and put it as an inner corner because I don't really think you can tell. Then, let's see. All right, we're gonna open email number 2 as soon as it opens. Goodness, that's the hardest part, is like sometimes just waiting for it to open up. Yeah, doesn't want to open. So, yay, finally. So this is your second shade, she says, is number 7. Ooh, this is more my style. So this was 5, 6, and 7. So the name of the shade is Glory, and it is a matte red shade, and it's one of your darker shades. So I'm like, which means if it's one of my darker shades, it should go in the outer V, because that's normally where I put the darker colors. But you know, we're gonna good morning again. So I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush, I'm gonna dip into Glory, and I'm gonna put this in. Oh, that is pretty. So I'm gonna put this in my crease, and that might be my crease, inner corner, outer V too. It might be everything. I don't know yet, but it is a beautiful red cranberry shade, and it's more red than pink. At least that's the way that it shows up on me. So, oh wow, I do like this shade, and I am just going to blend and build. So today is the 3rd day for me of orientation, and you know what the best part is? Because I used to work in the medical center, and I used to live an hour and 15 minutes away. So my commute was an hour and 15 minutes each way, and I did that for 10 years. And when I had to go to the actual facility that I work at yesterday, my drive was 20 minutes. And I'm like, oh, how gorgeous. Because a 20-minute drive after driving, an hour and 15 minutes each way for 10 years is a beautiful thing. Now, people that live here sometimes think, what? You don't live 10 minutes away, or you can't walk, or other things, but they don't understand. I've commuted for so long that 20 minutes is just, it's beautiful. I don't have any problems with a 20-minute commute at all. I really, really, really like this shade. And again, I'm just blending and building, and it's just beautiful. And my Natasha Denona, the other palette that I have, again, I depotted it. It's very easy to depot. I think this one is as well. I think, yes, there's little holes on the back if you should want, if you don't like this packaging. And I was just in a depotting mood, and I just depotted it. And now it's mixed with my other stuff. Now that I have this shade on, the shimmer inner corner highlight shows up a little bit better. It just, because I just had the base on, the inner corner highlight shadow didn't have anything to like really show up against. Now, I really like this shade. So I am going to also put it in my outer V, because we have no idea, because we can, and I am going to, so I'm going to build it up in this outer V area. So I took a smaller brush to build it up in the outer V area because it's so pretty. And then I'm also going to run that under my lash line because I just like this color. And I'm just going to go, I guess, about halfway with my outer lash line because I don't know what other colors I'm going to get. And because I have old creepy skin, sometimes it just helps if I stabilize my eye so that when I'm putting shadows on, I'm not really pulling as much as I'm just stabilizing so that I don't have it like look like a clown. Though sometimes I look like a clown when I'm done anyway. I really like that color. All right, so let's go. All right, I'm looking for email number 3. Come on. Come on, computer, work with me. Email number 3 is shade 3. Oh, and so it's a shimmery reddish color. It is this shade right here. And it's called Phlox with a PH, Phlox. Yeah. Where am I putting that one? Well, again, this is the 3rd shade, and I don't know what else I'm going to be getting. It's so pretty. You know what, Phlox? You're going to go on the lid. That's where you're going to go. So, I want a nice packing brush to put Phlox down. Then, so let's see what Phlox looks like on the lid with just a dry packing brush. And I'm just putting this on dry. Oh, that metallic is really pretty. I'm going to do the same thing on both eyes. And then I am going to spray my brush and see what that looks like. This is gorgeous. So this is a first impression video for this palette because I just opened this palette. And do I already have these shades? I'm pretty sure I do. But I don't have them in the Denona formula. And do I need them in the Natasha Denona formula? Probably not, but I have them now. So I'm going to spray the brush just to see if that, not that the shimmers look bad, dry, but I just want to see if they're more intense. And they are. Wow. So I'm just putting this in the middle of my eye at this point. Look at that. Wow. I really like that color. Ooh. And I really like that color. All right, now it says 4th email. We are getting close, though it looks like I have a lot of eye stuff to do. But the 4th email, and it says the color is 14. So it's a the color is called Morning. It's this shade right here, and it's the perfect transition shade. We don't need a transition shade, but it's the perfect transition shade. So with that being said, I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to dip into Morning, and I'm just going to blend. Ooh, but it's more pigmented than I expected it to be. And I'm just going to blend the other shade that's in my crease area. Just blend those edges out using this. Oh wow, I do like that. I mean, better than I thought that I would like it. And these shadows for me are blending really nicely. Oh my goodness. I watched a review with Teresa's Dead, and she is so funny. And you know, she if you're familiar with her language sometimes is quite colorful. And she did not, I think she said she liked half this palette, and then the other half she wasn't really impressed with. And she I think what I'm quoting her, so please don't this is not my opinion, okay? She was like, yeah, and everybody else who likes it, you know, they're all sucking the same dick. And I was just like, well, I hope to be too, because I really hope I like this palette. Oh my gosh, but she just makes me laugh. That's definitely not my personal style on here, but you know, I love that she is so blunt, and she will tell you exactly how it is. Now, again, she didn't think this palette was worth it because she only liked half the shadows. Now, with this look, I'm only going to be trying out 5 of the 15 shadows. Now, so far, we're on shadow number 4, and I like it, but it's a first impression, and if I used it more, would I feel the same? Honestly, you know, that's so hard to tell from here. So I'm also going to take that and go under my lash line all the way across, because I just want to make that reddish color on the bottom lash line a little more muted, and I think this is a really good color to do that. And so sort of smoke that color out a little. I do like these colors together. And I might go back in with that and deepen up with the glory color, which was, what color was that? Color number, it was the second color. All right, my last color, the last one in the whole world for this look is 11. What's 11? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, it's clove. It's very dark. So it's this color right here. I was hoping to get one of these yellowy shades. It's okay. So since clove is darker, now I'm going to go ahead and finish. I can deepen up with clove now. So I'm going to. And I'm going to put clove on this side also. So clove is going to be on the, I'm putting it on top on the outer V. And then I'm putting it on the first third. That color is pretty. Oh, wow. You know, and as we get more and more into, what is the name? Using electronics and cell phones. So while we've been doing our orientation, they'll go over all these facts and figures and different things, and then I'm also going to put some of this in this on this side, sorta halo-ish, but not exactly. As we've been going over, then they have us play a game at the end with a program called Cahoots, and I had never used that before, but it's really interesting, the Cahoots game. So you make up your own game, and then anyone who has the pen can log in to the game. So that's a lot of fun. I'm also going to put some of this clove at the bottom too, because I just like it. Ooh, now I really like that clove shade. I am going to go back and pack the Phylox shade in the middle. And sort of blend those out a little bit better. Oh, that is really pretty. And I like the way those two colors blend. There's a little bit of fallout, so I'm going to take my brush and just swipe away the fallout that I have. And then I want to go back in with that glory color and pinken up the crease. Pinken up the crease. These shadows are pigmented, but they blend out easily and you can build. So I think that's awesome. And again, I'm only choosing the 5 that are in the 5 emails. So I am just going back with some of these shadows and making it blending and making a more cohesive look now that we know where everything is going, especially since I'm going to go to work. And so, and they went over hair and makeup aesthetics during our thing yesterday, so I don't want to surprise them too badly. Now I am going to go with that first shade Laurel that we used. We started with the inner corner, and I am going to go back into the inner corner because now that we have the darker shades down, I think the inner corner highlight will show up a little bit better. And I'm going to run that under my lash line too, at least the first half, because it's just a pretty shade. And sometimes I like shiny. But I think I just put some shine in my eye because, well, what kind of video would it be if I did not put something directly into my eye? Oh yeah. So that is my finished look for my eye so far. I have to find something for my waterline and mascara and all of that good stuff. I don't know what I'm putting in my waterline yet. So again, here's the palette. Let me swatch the 5 colors that we use. So the first color that we use, ooh, this just feels good, is Laurel. And it's really pretty, but it doesn't, you know, it doesn't show up too much on me. It looks good on the inner corner. Then the very next shade was the, let me make sure I'm telling you the right thing, was Glory. And that's this shade. And I didn't grab enough. I'm a horrible swatcher. There we go. It's beautiful, and I didn't have any problems with it on my eye, even though it's not swatching all that great. And then the next shade, right? I'm like looking. The next shade was the Phlox. I say Phlox, it's Phlox. Was this shade. That's the first 3 shades. Then the 4th shade was that perfect inner corner. I don't know what I'm doing today. The 4th shade was the perfect, what the heck do you call it? The kind that I don't ever use. Blending base. Transition. That's the word I'm looking for. So there's that perfect transition shade that I did not use as a transition shade. I actually used it on the edge to blend out this pinky shade. And then my last shade was Clove. So there we go. Let me swatch that again because again, it's user error. There. So this is the shimmery shade that I put in the inner corner. This one went into the crease. This one went onto the lid. This is a great transition shade, but I used it to blend out the edges of this one. And then this shade I used on the very inner and outer to make it sort of halo-ish. And so that's how they look on the eyes. And if I would have had these 5 shades, would I have done this particular look like this? Probably not. But considering that I got these 5 shades in this order, and you have to make a decision as you go, I am happy with this. And yeah, so I am going to be right back. All right, well, this is the finished look. So if you notice, my nose is quite shiny. And let me tell you what I did. I was like, oh, today I want a highlighter that is more natural, and because normally I use the Cliona highlighters. These are my favorites. But they're not, they're colored, and I have both of the palettes, and they're very bright, and they're not your natural colors. So because this is for work, I was like, you know, I want more of a goldy, bronzy coloring. So I was like, oh, let me look at my Juvia's Place blush palettes. So there's Zara and Lila. There's these two shades right here. And I was like, ooh, those are goldy bronze, you know, shades. Oh, but they're so pigmented, and they're blushes. And let me swatch what I just did to myself. So Zara is this color. And I tried that first. And it's beautiful, but it is very intense. So I thought, well, Lila looks a little lighter in the pan. It's not. And Zara and Lila in the actual pan, this is Zara, the lighter one, this is Lila. To me, Lila looks a little lighter in the pan, but it is actually more coppery, and this one is more gold. So I put the gold, and I was like, whoa, that's a lot. And then I put the bronze on it, and I was like, ah. So that's how we got all of this. So then, yeah, so this episode has the highlight incident. And then I buffed it out as much as I could, and I went in with blushes. I used Zoba, Sola, and Lena. So I used this really light shiny pink, this pink, and Lena, this, to make it a little more natural looking. So if you look, I'm going to move my hair all the way. If you look, it's pretty intense. Now, my hair is down around my face. It's not quite as crazy, but without my hair, I think it's pretty cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So then I was like, ooh, I need a more neutral, natural lip, since I've done, you know, made this face arrangement on my face with this highlighter incident. So I use Smashbox, and the first color I use, it's a matte, you know, your girl's blind. It's a matte, and it is stepping out, and it's, you know, pretty neutral pink. And so I was like, oh, it's pretty. It's work appropriate. So that's how that looks. But, you know, your girl likes shiny shit. So, yeah, just said that each word. So then on, just in the middle, because I don't want a whole shiny lip, but just right here in the middle of my lips, I use Smashbox, and it's Rust Fund, and it's shiny. I don't know why everybody hates metallic lips. I think they're awesome. So it's these two colors together, and I think this complements my eyes. And yeah. And then for, oh, I'm breaking things. For my waterline, I used NYX, and I am looking gold in my waterline. And let's see, can you see? And I'm really happy with that. And so I think this works really well with this eye look, and my highlighter incident, and my lips. So that's how we got from A to B. And the look is complete. And if you've never been here, welcome. And if you're from Nona's channel, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. and all of my favorites, you've returned and you know who you are. All right, well, now I have a face on for work, but I'm not dressed, so I should get going, and I hope to see each and every one I hope to see each and every one of you again soon. Bye.